Welcome to the Dawg Chug, Roger, Ross, and Ed. How's it going tonight?
Wait, you let Ed come back on?
He's temporarily filling in
Okay.
until we find out who's going to be the fourth seed of the Dawg Chug. As now
This
that
is
we're
like, what,
no
is
longer
this 3 weeks in a row now? This is ridiculous.
Well, since I'm here, I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to be annoying since I'm here. I snuck in. I snuck in the back door. I'm here. I just want to say this to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there, except the people or persons that committed the crime in Kansas City today. May you go to hell!
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Kelly actually pays us a little bit just to keep her away for an hour.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Makes sense.
We need all the money we can get now that we're no longer with the great Network 216. So I took the deal. So Ed is temporarily filling in, but once again, we're going to have someone come in to battle for the Ed seat. So stay tuned to that. But we got a great show. Roger, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Andy. Can't complain.
We're further away than ever. I have to install a microscope to see.
That's not the only thing you need a microscope for. Hey now.
Oh,
Hey now, look at Ross is into a vino. Lent started today.
This is a Costco Chardonnay, $10.99 for a liter and a half.
Look at that.
I'm jealous.
I got an IPA.
I would have known. I would have drank wine with you tonight.
Are you going to drink the whole liter and a half tonight?
No, this is leftover. My wife didn't want to finish it, so I'm stuck with the remnants.
All right. Well, we're going to move it right along to the Dawg Chug updates. We're going to inform you guys of everything that's going on in Cleveland sports. So, Roger, take it away.
All right. While AB in the front office is busy working on off-season plans, Kevin Stefanski is trying to implement the new coaching staff and the offensive changes. Some wonder what the owners Jimmy and Dee Haslam are up to. Well, Dawg Chug reached out and got the following statement. Disclaimer, this is not the views or words of the Dawg Chug or yours truly. You don't have anyone special to spend Valentine's Day with? Get rejected by women and can't afford to pay for it? Well, come on. Come one, come all to the Haslam Valentine Fuckfest Super Orgy. Do you have bad breath, nails that are too long, and a belly the size of Lake Erie? You're exactly who we're looking for to be smacking Jimmy's balls while Dee rims the mailman. Everyone that comes will get a brown steam dildo, the opportunity to blast off on Dee's face, and a chance to win David Njoku's autographed helmet. Spend some time in the Jello dungeon, make all the fantasies come true in the gerbil room, or get into your birthday suit and relax out back in the Sperpsicle in the Geyser Grotto. Condoms are prohibited, STDs encouraged, and please try to hold out showering a few days before arrival, as the smell of a man's ass is the only thing that turns Jimmy on more than ripping off truckers. Special guest, John Harbaugh.
Oh my God, Ross, can you go ahead and skip me? Oh no, I got it. That was amazing. We've got some fun owners. All right. The Cleveland Cavaliers were proving they were the heroes to cast off our Cleveland Browns playoff performance blues by going on a thrilling 17-1 run until they played a wounded Philadelphia 76ers and lost 121-123. Fucking frauds.
Yeah. Might be a slow time for sports news, but the Dawg Chug has you covered. This exclusive, and trust me, you're going to want to sit down for this. Nick Carnes was 8 years late and just bought the Cavs championship hat. You can still buy them.
That's amazing.
I should have read that one.
The Kansas City Swifties defeated the San Francisco 49ers after San Fran decided to take the ball first in overtime and didn't have the information of what they needed to score and taking a field goal. A few players on the team admitted they did not know the overtime rules had been changed. So, Kyle, you're playing in the biggest game of your career and you couldn't be bothered to make a 32-slide PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, seriously. Now we got the Rogers Top 10.
Man, before we get to that, Nick missed that whole joke that Ross gave because he stopped watching the minute I said Dee Haslam is giving the mailman a rim job. So you should have did Ross first, so we would have seen at least that one.
Yeah, Carnes is looking at PG-13 content.
He was tuned out the second I said that. All right, we got Ed came up with these. This is since Ed and I went back and forth because I want him to do break Ed news, and then I'll do top 10 back and forth, and he wants to do top 10s all the time. So he came up with this topic, and these are the top 10 most romantic places to celebrate Valentine's Day in Cleveland for diehard sports fans. Here we go. Number 10 is the 480 Bridge, where you can spend the last seconds on Earth together, but also start eternity together. Number 9, Muni Lot. It'll be empty, and you and your Valentine get in a quickie for some swanky dinner downtown. Just make sure you lock your doors. Number 8, Progressive Field is quiet and romantic with no ball games in February. Just imagine the end of April regular season night game minus the ball players. Number 7, the West Side Market, where the food looks sexy until you get the bait and switch vendors, get you just like Andrew Barry took the 2020 Deshaun Watson bait and then got the switch with Rusty Watson. Am I off here? Number 6, the Museum of Art. Well, it's not Art Modell, so what's not to like? Number 5, the Christmas Story House. Banging someone special by the leg lamp may not be romantic, but it's sexy as fuck, just like Stefanski going for 2. That was a good one, Ed. Number 4,
Thank you.
Public Square, where you can get naked in public like some goddamn hippie streaker, and the police will just give you a blanket. You're homeless. Number 3, the Lakeview Cemetery. Hold hands and take a stroll past the Hazarat Angel, Elliot Ness, but don't look for the ghost of the driver to fumble. You can see those, and fucking montage networks love to play whenever the fuck they can. Number 2, the hookers and strippers are long gone, but you can take your Valentine and park behind a building and score on the 176 acres in Brook Park before the Brook Park Browns score there.
Nice.
Touchdown.
And the number 1 most romantic place to celebrate Valentine's Day in Cleveland for diehard sports fan, to St. Augustine and Tremont, have a bowl of soup and a half a bologna sandwich with the homeless vagrant that drafted Johnny Football. Wow. Do that. And that was this week's top 10.
That's amazing. But why didn't you include the Jimmy Haslam Valentine's Day Fuckfest? Super orgy.
I figured it got
Everyone
enough coverage and update.
All right. Well, that was amazing. Well done, Roger. Well done, everyone.
Extra saucy today on Valentine's Day, Andy.
What's that?
And doing a break news next week. No top 10.
We were not extra saucy. This was not.
No, I was.
This was just what the Haslam Foundation sent us. We just read what they sent us. We weren't making this up.
Andy, calm down, Andy. I was just talking about Roger's huge and great top 10. That's all I was talking about.
Top 10 was awesome.
Huge.
Well done.
I did spice it. I did doctor it up.
All right.
That's
well,
Andy. I'm trying to win here,
Sorry?
and I just want everybody to know that I contributed on the top 10. But that was Roger. That was Roger. All Roger there. All Roger.
It was
Team
very
player.
obvious which ones Roger created and which ones you created, because when they were yours, you laughed really hard.
You do the same thing, and I love it. You do the same thing. I love it. Hey, it's great work. It's great work, Andy. It's great work.
All right. Well, we had an exciting show. We're going to bring on our main featured guest, who's going to battle Ed out for the Ed chair. We decided we wanted to go back to having a fourth member. Now that we're no longer affiliated with Network 2 and 6, we can afford to have a fourth member. Ed's filling in until we find the right guy or gal. But we thought it'd be fun to see some people battle Ed. So this week we're gonna have the wonderful, amazing Mike Crutchfield come on and battle Ed. Welcome back to the Dawg Chug Crutch.
Hey,
It's been a while since you've been on. How's everything going?
Yeah.
How's Columbus? How's Kelly?
Hey, now.
it's been great. I can't complain. Yeah, I can't. Things are good. I don't know. Like, this is exciting, but we're battling for Ed's job.
Yeah,
That's what he says, bro.
right now, all the fans watching are kind of weigh in to who's a better fit to get this fourth seat. Is it Crutch? Is it Ed? Every week he's going to battle another someone that's been on enough, to know the show, And if you kick ass tonight, maybe it'll be you. Maybe you will have the luxury of being on every week on the Dawg Chug Wednesday nights. Isn't that great?
Andy, Kelly said this. Kelly said this before I got on tonight. She said this, and take it for what you want to, what it means to anybody. But here's the thing. She said, "Hey Ed, good luck." She said, "Crutch fell. Happy Valentine's Day." I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means right there.
Hey,
Hey now.
that's given me an idea. I feel like, Ed, to be honest with you, I have no interest in battling you for your job.
I didn't think so, but that's fine.
But if we said maybe battle for a date with Kelly, that would be something I'd be.
Well, then, hey, you know what? Hey,
Well, I'll tell you what. Kelly wants to be with the best member of the Dawg Chug. So if you prove that you are better on the show than Ed, she would absolutely give you a phone call and set something up. So
Wow.
I think it's in your best interest to kick ass here. We'll see what happens.
I guess right. I got to do what I got to do.
Dawg Chug. Valentine's Day special.
Uh-oh.
We have
That's what it takes.
a lot of guys that come on the Dawg Chug, like our
If you guys are looking for something to do,
King Eddie. He's gotten so many dates from coming on the Dawg Chug. So you just got to come out and be your best, and it's gonna all work out for you, Crutch. One thing that I've become aware of is, you were very hardcore into sports, and we went to college together, and we talk sports all the time. Now it seems like you're more into reality television.
That's true. Yeah.
Like you watch a ton of reality television podcasts.
Yes, I do. I'm actually pretty well known in the Twitter reality verse.
Wow, that's crazy.
I get retweeted.
And this is exciting. The great Ed in Columbus interviewed one-on-one the great Jesse from Big Brother. And that was like an hour-long interview. If anyone watches Big Brother, he's been on multiple seasons, big tough guy. And Ed had the exclusive ability to interview him for over an hour. What do you feel about that?
I remember. Yeah, you told me about that. I was so excited because what's his nickname, Ed? It's
Mr.
Like
Mr. Spectacular, OVW, the face of OVW Wrestling. Shout out Jesse Goddard. You know what? I'm going to tag you in this. I'll probably send this clip to you. I'm giving you a shout out. You were great on the We Like Sports show. Mad love to you. Come on the Dawg Chug. Would love to have you. But Jesse Goddard's doing big things on Big Brother. And you know what? He tweeted this out. He's just like me. He loves him some him, and I love him for that. But he was, before COVID started, the most sought after. He was on the most shows, most reality shows, and most TV appearances, other than the Miz. That was before COVID. So the Miz has overtaken him, but Jesse Goddard's on his way back. We saw him over Christmas doing his Big Brother thing. So Jesse Goddard, shout out to you, and we'll be talking to you soon, brother.
Wow.
Yeah. That's right. I'm so pissed. I watched that entire interview, and I was so ticked at the end of it because it's like it was all wrestling. I wanted to hear about the Big Brother.
Well, because he was on look, one of the reasons why his popularity soared a lot recently is because of Netflix, the show Wrestlers. Check that out, Netflix Wrestlers, and obviously he's part of OVW now. So, and that's what kind of brought that to the forefront. And but then people realize, hey, he was on Big Brother, he was on The Young and the Restless, and he was, as a guest. So, Jesse Goddard's the real deal, and he's Mr. Hollywood right there.
Well, I think what Crutch is trying to say is, you only kind of scratch the wrestling side. You need to do a follow-up interview where you really go into Big Brother.
That's why, hey, bring him on the Dawg Chug. Bring him on the Dawg Chug.
All right. But you are the one that has, access to him. So maybe.
Well, hey, Andy, if I win my seat, I'll bring Jesse with me.
Okay, that's fair. All I'm saying is Crutch could help with that interview because he's well versed in everything Big Brother.
Andy, this is a club. He's more than welcome to come on when Jesse Goddard's coming. But I got to win my seat first. All right,
we'll see how you do now. To help decide who's going to win the seat, we're going to play a little game. Everyone's in the comments, trying to decide who's better, Crutch better, Ed's better. We got to give you something to go on. So we're going to play a little game. We're going to take turns. Ed, you'll go first. Crutch, you'll go second. I'm going to ask a question. And I just want you to give a 30-second to a minute answer, answering the question as the best you can. And then we're going to give the other person the opportunity to kind of go on the offensive, attacking the other's answer. So whatever position you take to do well,
I got you. We do that. Yeah, I got you. I understand.
You should go after that.
It's like a great debate, kind of. Check us out. We like sports. Yes.
Sure. Nice. All right. So, Ed, we're going to start with you. We're going to make it an easy one. The Cavs will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals this season.
Well, y'all, Cleveland Cavaliers would be going to their 9th Eastern Conference Finals if they get the job done this postseason. They have been on the rise. They're plus 850 in the bet. So all you degenerates out there, they're one of the hottest teams to bet to try to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They've navigated through all their injuries this year. I think Donovan Mitchell, he's turning into a LeBron James kind of guy. He can carry a team. Going to be tough, obviously, with the Knicks and the Bucks. I think as their main, and obviously Boston, but I think we'd play them in the Eastern Finals. But yeah, this Cavs team, I'm high on them. At this point, though, do I think they're going to get there? Probably not. Probably semifinals. But I think they get a first-round win. I think it's a major accomplishment to try to get Donovan Mitchell back in Cavaliers years in uniform for a long time. So yeah, I'm high on this team, but probably not if I had to say.
All right, Crutch, what do you think about that answer?
I think that was a terrible answer because I didn't know where you were going. The beginning of it, I thought you were like, for sure they're going to make it to the finals. You were like, the first 2 minutes of that answer, I was like, okay, he's going to go, they're going to make it to the finals. I'm thinking, how am I going to debate that? I'm going to twist it and say,
but I did. I threw a curveball.
Yeah. Well, that's a non-answer. It's like you went both. You answered both. You said, yeah, good. Great. I'm behind them, but also they are only going to win one round. So congratulations on
a true politician does that, Andy. A true politician does that.
Both sides of the fence.
Yep.
Right, anyone in the comments that wants to weigh in how that round went, we're going to move on to Crutch. The Browns, the Cleveland Browns, our Cleveland Browns, will be a top 10 offense next season with the new additions to the coaching staff and with whatever they do this offseason.
Oh, yeah, I think that's easy. I think for sure. I think the strength of this team is going to be offense, I think, based off what we saw last year. The coaching changes, who knows if they're going to be better or not. But if you look at the overall talent this team has, I don't think obviously Chubb's a question mark, but I just think they got too much. I think they're easily going to fit into the top 10 offensively.
All right, Ed.
Well, since I have to take the position of they're not, is that correct, Andy? That they're not going to be, or can I agree with that?
Well, if you agree with Crutch, that'd be kind of a lame way to go.
Yeah.
Probably won't score many points.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to take, because I actually do kind of think that they're going to, but I'm going to use my arguments and go the opposite. Okay. So, yeah, to be a top 12, according to PFM, you got to be at the likes of Tua, Trevor Lawrence, and Herbert. And yeah, do I think Deshaun Watson can be like that? Yeah, but probably not. Because, we're getting Ken Dorsey, and I actually like Ken Dorsey, but some people say he's kind of vanilla. I think that'll help him, but we don't have Nick Chubb. We don't know what he's going to be. So that's the problem there. If Nick Chubb was the Nick Chubb that he has been, then I would easily say it'd be a top 10 offense. But I think, Deshaun Watson, one thing he does is he's a winner, 4-1 as a starter. But problem is with that, I don't think he actually plays as well as, he's played, obviously, the last 4 years. And I don't know. I think he's going to be like that mediocre. He'll still be better than Baker was, but I don't think we're going to be. I think Kevin Stefanski is a good coach, and sometimes he gets stuck in his likes to pass. You saw that happen the other day with, I'm never mind. I take that. Shanahan. He did the other day with 6 straight passes in the Super Bowl. And Stefanski's just like, I just had a Joe Biden moment. I'm sorry. So that's why I think Stefanski pulls Shanahan's and they fall in love with the pass too much, even though they have to stay offense. So no, they will not finish in the top 10 because I had to pick that. I had to pick it.
Ed went the wordy route. It'll be interesting to see what the audience thinks.
I had all these reasons to say yes, and then Craig goes my way. It's hard to do then. I got to take everything and go opposite.
I have a question. Weren't they already in the top 10 last year?
I don't know. I think they finished in the top 10, but I don't know if they were the whole season.
Yeah. They didn't have Chubb. They didn't have Watson and their offensive line. So all those factors are bonuses for they're adding to the last year. So
I should have said that.
No, we had an elite quarter. Joe Flacco was an elite quarterback.
He was all right. He was good.
That's what they say. That's what they say, elite. And they made T-shirts about it. So it has to be true, right, Roger?
Are we still live?
I think Roger's
still on.
Our good
Shout out to them. Yes, Lysandra and Lana and Yvette at Squad Pod. And yes, that is Lysandra. And hey, good for you.
She says she's too high to follow. I agree. I'm too drunk to follow what Ed's talking about. But we'll move on. He warms up and then he gets better with time. We're going to go back to Ed. Deshaun Watson will finish out his contract in Cleveland over the next 3 seasons and become a consistent top 10 quarterback in the league.
He's going to finish out his contract because I think that even if he gets to the point that he's kind of like Baker where he's inconsistent, they're not going to admit that they were wrong. I mean, no front office does that. They're all going to get Hey, NC, shout out to NC Lawrence. I know they like to haggle me. That's okay. And you know what? Whether I get negative or positive comments, Andy, the point is I'm getting comments. That's not a bad thing. Hey, so here's the thing. So I think Watson's going to be. They're not going to admit they made a mistake. He's going to be mediocre. But here's the thing: he's going to do though because of the defense. He's going to win games. He's 4-1 as a starter. And let's be real. Besides the 14 for 14 in Baltimore, and you can argue the Titans game he played good. Okay, I'll give you that. He played like shit. I mean, let's be real. We paid $230, and let's be real. If it wasn't for the Watson Warriors attacking, maybe we'd probably be more honest on X or Here's the thing. So he's shit. Maybe he'll be better, but I think Stefanski's good enough to make him better. But no, he will not. No.
All right, Crutch, it might be hard to break this one down because I think you just said 7 things that were opposite of each other.
Yeah.
But let's see what you got.
Maybe that's his strategy to confuse the hell out of me, so I have no idea how to answer the question. I'm going to go with next year is going to be the make or break. I mean, next year is so important. If he does good, yeah, he'll finish it out. And, I mean, the only other option they would have is to trade him and they'd probably have to eat contract. So, yeah, he's going to be our quarterback for 3 more years.
All right. All right, Crutch, we're coming back to you. The Guardians will win the Central this season.
Let's see. I think they'll be in the race and they'll be, fighting to be in it. But I don't see, they haven't really added anything to the lineup. I mean, I heard Ed talking last week about bats and winning games. Hit, you got to score runs. So
don't use my arguments. Hey, those are mine. You can't do that.
No. I'm using every piece of material I have available.
Fair enough. Good strategy, my guy. I do the same.
The best thing I can see is them flirting with contention, but I don't see them winning the Central.
All right, Ed, what do you think about that statement?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to turn on Spectrum because actually, unlike you people in Cleveland, I can't stand the X with you people bitching about not getting Guardians games, not getting this. Just get freaking cable. Look, I here's the thing. It's so easy. I turn on my Spectrum and I watch the Guardians, and I'm going to watch them, Andy, next year. And the 2024 Cleveland Guardians will win the AL Central, and you guys will bitch about who's carrying the games and worried about this. And then Andre Knott will tell you guys to shut up, just get the game somehow. I love that's what you guys do every year. But look, we got blue seats at Progressive Field, and blue is the color of my eyes. And I'm going to say the Guardians win next year because they're not expected to, and that's just the shit they do. And Roger, are you wearing a Guardians hat? Because I can't see you.
Let's take a close look. Yep, that's a Guardians hat.
Okay, confirmed Guardians hat. Thank you. I am done.
Wow. All right, so not quite answering the question that was out there, but you answered something, which I guess is...
They're going to win it.
All right. Okay, Ed, we're coming back to you. Ed deserves to permanently sit in the 4th seat of the Dawg Chug.
Andy, I am a visionary. I am the revolutionary. I am Ed in freaking Columbus. 2024 gonna be huge. And why I love me some me still, and for good reason. I am dedicated to making the Dawg Chug great again. And that's what we're going to do. Look, the show has always been unique. It's always been unique. And I feel that I am the right unique person at the right time in history. to propel the Dawg Chug to be where it needs to be. Andy, we've always known this show to be great, and it's great. We know it's great. I know it's great. Roger knows it's great. Ross knows it's great. Crutch is on the show because he knows it's great. Problem is, we're not like others. And some of them, I feel like sometimes they shun us. They say, hey, but we have a place in this podcast show world because we're different, we're good. And I think we bring the fun, and that's what 24 is going to be all about. Fun. I told you it's all about fun. This time it's not about me. This time it's all about fun, and that's what I'm going to bring. And Andy, when you ask me and you say, Ed, will you come back and be that fourth permanent seat on the Dawg Chug? I will humbly say, Andy,
Humbly.
Yeah.
I accept, Andy.
Wow. Okay. All right, Crutch. What?
It's heartfelt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hear that much.
That was touching. I mean, Ed, the bottom of my heart, I honestly don't care where you sit. I mean, but
Thank you.
The fact of the matter is, it sounds like the only way to get to the heart of my Valentine is to take your spot. And if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. But after I achieve that goal, I'll happily let you take that seat back.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, just keep it warm for 30 seconds. And then,
with shots of Fireball.
Oh,
wow. You're going to hit it and quit it and then give it.
No, we're going to celebrate my victory with Fireball.
Well, maybe I'll drink that Fireball and just fall off the seat. We'll both fall off, and nobody will be on the seat because we're on the floor. We'll just be on the floor instead.
MC Lawrence says you need to get off the Mountain Dew and that someone help him, please.
It's called addiction. It's called addiction, and it's real.
All right, Crutch, we're going to come back to you. Roger might weigh in on this one a little bit, but Ohio State will win a national championship next season.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. I love it. Yeah, I think they are locked and loaded. Bringing back, what's his face? Trevion, getting that back from Mississippi. They're going to have the best backfield in college football. And I know you're losing Marvin Harrison, but I just feel like these guys are loading up in a big way. Like, I feel like they're like, okay, enough's enough. And, Michigan, I don't even think Michigan's going to be their competition. I think it's going to be Penn State. If you're looking out for who's going to be in the Big Ten. I mean, Michigan's losing a lot. Their offensive line, their quarterback, Harbaugh, the entire coaching staff. So that's going to be up in the air. And who knows if they're going to get hit with something as far as penalties. So, yeah, I think Ohio State is going to be there. So, yeah, I think I'm excited for next year. Let's get it on.
All right, Ed.
Andy, I will not rebuke what he just said. I will just answer the question more articulately and more Mountain Dewed up, as MC Lawrence would say. Here's the deal. As Nikki Rodent put on Twitter or X, and that's somebody I might be facing next week, so I'm calling him out, Nikki Rodent. And I think if you take those nicknames, you'll figure out who I'm talking about there. I think that Ohio State, as Nikki Rodent, I'll give him credit. He put out a nice post. He spelled buy wrong. It should be B-U-Y instead of B-Y. He put buy instead of like you're buying. Buying is B-U-Y. I know English and grammar. But here's the thing, Nikki Rodent. Next week I'll talk to you, but you made a great point. Ohio State will win the national championship because they spent $13 million in NIL money. They got Chip Kelly, throw all their chips in. They spent in the bucks in the NIL, but now they got their chips in. Now they got their chips in with Chip Kelly, and I think he's going to get it done. And I think you saw Michigan this year kind of do what they needed to do. Ohio State will be the first to do what they're going to do and win the national championship in the first year of the 12-team playoff, just like they were the first team to win the playoff with 4 teams. They did that by beating Alabama and then beating Oregon, and they're going to do it again this year. And to Crutch's point, I'm glad he brought him up. Judkins or whatever from Ole Miss, that running back with TreVeyon Henderson, because TreVeyon Henderson, problem is he can't stay healthy, but it doesn't matter because you got Judkins, and it's going to be a annihilation next year. Ohio State is coming for blood. That scarlet is blood color next year, buddy. Go Bucks.
MC Lawrence saying that Ed has talked me into incoherence. It's very true. don't even know what's going on right now. But Ed, that was
Play back the tape, Andy. Play back the tape, and it's going to be masterful.
I'm spitting on that.
Oh, Roger's spitting on
He's
that.
awake.
I'm spitting. We're not there yet?
No, we're not there yet. We're not.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Let Bucknuts have it. Whatever.
All right.
Let's sit back and enjoy my natty for the next decade.
We got one more round, Ed. This seems to be the presidential election that both candidates nobody wants. So help us out. Who should everyone be voting for to be the next president of the United States?
Well, I mean, that's simple. I am above the age of 35. I'm going to be 44, and it would be Ed in Columbus as the writing candidate. Look, here's the deal. Like, I mean, politics, I could say one thing and piss half the people off. It's like San Fran and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I think we can all agree, whether we're conservatives or liberals, that, hey, look, maybe these are not the two choices we want, but hey, you're gonna have to make a vote come November. And I'm not saying who to vote for whoever you want to. And it's all about fun with me. And 2024 is all about fun. And I don't care who you vote for. I don't care that you post shit. I don't care what people do. I don't care. But I do care who goes to the Super Bowl next year. We got to make sure it's not San Francisco and Kansas City.
Crutch.
Ooh, yeah, wow. I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't care about ticking anybody off because it just doesn't matter. So
there's 3 people watching, settle down.
Oh, that's true. So it doesn't matter. I mean, man, I don't want to vote for this guy, but I have to because the alternative is chaos and stupidity. So yeah, vote for Biden. It doesn't matter. I don't care if he doesn't have a memory. At least he's not going to try to take over the country. So use the safe vote. Be smart about it.
All right. Well, at least Crutch had an answer there, Ed.
Yeah.
I did have an answer.
Your answer was vote for me and have fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Right. What are you trying to stifle American democracy with the write-in vote, Andy? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're doing?
All right, everyone vote for Ed in Columbus.
No, I'm not. I just want to be an option. I think you're an option. Hey, everybody out there, vote for Andy. Vote for Andy instead. How about that?
I'd be a worse president than you would, Ed.
Whoa.
Right,
There is a Mansion candidate, I believe.
I'm going to write in Ed in Columbus because I can't vote for either one of these idiots.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you. I'll have at least one vote, maybe two. I think Kelly would vote for Crutch probably over me, so I'm going to lose that one.
All right, we got one left. Crutch, in your opinion, what's better? Watching an episode of the Dawg Chug or a podcast dedicated to breaking down reality television like Big Brother or Survivor or what do you like?
I would watch that.
The Challenge.
Love is Blind. The
Challenge is good.
Yeah.
All right.
How about Housewives?
Well, guys, I got to be honest. Truth be told, I actually pay money to be like member of certain shows so that I can watch their breakdowns. So I love you guys. It's a fantastic show, but I actually watched or listened to podcasts of the previous Big Brother season because I was so excited about it. I've never rewatched a podcast of the Barking Dogs or Dawg Chug.
Wow.
Okay.
Doesn't even know
Doesn't even know the show he's on right now.
And I'm really sorry, but based on that answer, I think Crutch gets the points.
Well, here's what I was actually going to concede him that one, Andy, because all I was going to say is that as crazy as I am, and I watch shows to watch myself back, he's willing to go out there and pay a premium, go to these premium services and sites and pay money to get stuff like that. I mean, honestly, like, I commend you for that. That's an obsession and something that is to another level. And I want you need this point. Everybody out there, vote for Crutch for this particular debate thing, because I can't. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Wow.
I would say 90% of me and Crutch's texting is about reality television.
Yeah.
At this point, it's phenomenal. Yeah, I can't believe you're paying money to watch reality television show breakdowns. You're not even just watching the reality television. You're paying money to watch people talk about what they saw, what you all saw. That's
I got to support who I like. It's if you like it, you like it. You got to.
I think it's a little bit crazy that you're paying money to support people that talk about reality television podcasts, and yet Ed in Columbus, who's never paid a dime, got to interview Jesse, one of the biggest names from Big Brother.
Well,
That's true.
like I said, Andy, we make Ed a fourth permanent seat on here, and then you get to interview him. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to influence anybody. I'm just saying what I could bring. That's all I'm trying to do here.
Wow.
You got to sell yourself.
Hey, it's like Tim Anderson says in that show. I think you should leave. You got to pay to what is it? You got to pay if you want to if you support.
MC.
MC did say it's not as boring as Crutch, at least.
Thank you.
Sorry, I don't think you're boring. I've laughed my ass off at everything you've said. MC, you're wrong on this one, but I love you, man. All right, we're gonna try and pick it up. Everyone that wants to say who won, Crutch or Ed, go ahead and drop your comments. But we're gonna move it along to Spit Sip Chug. We're gonna have some fun.
Sweet.
All right, Roger, we're going to start with the Guardians one. So we're going to start with you. And obviously, I'm going to let you sip because I hate when you say I hate when you give a sip answer, but you say I'm not allowed to sip, so I'm just going to say chug. So I'm just going to give you, I'm going to relent. You can sip this time. So first statement, Steven
All right.
Folk will finish his rookie season with the majority of Cleveland believing he deserves year 2.
Oh, Jesus. The only way that happens, I got to sip on it. I got to genuinely sip on it because we're talking about a fan base that ran Tito, that wanted to fire Tito, that wanted a Hall of Fame manager to be gone. So Stephen Vogt better win, at least get to the World Series for this fan base to give him a second year. They're fucking brutal. It's going to be tough, man. I don't know. I think it's how his personality. If he's got to win them over, you're going to hear from him every night. We'll find out. So I'm sipping.
All right. Crutch, we're going to go to you next.
I'm glad I wasn't first. Because to be honest with you guys, I didn't know who that was.
Good for you. Good for you.
So,
He was on the 8th season of The Bachelor.
yeah.
Does that help?
So, but I think he's going to do fine. I think he'll be okay. He'll make it.
So you're chugging?
Yeah.
Oh, you got some Yingling there. Nice, Crutch. Ross.
I'm gonna chug on this. I don't know how often a baseball manager gets fired in 1 year, regardless of their record. You always stick it out. You always stick to the plan. He's got an easy out that says, "Oh, we didn't spend any money in the offseason. That's why we sucked." Mm-hmm. He's just a pawn for the team. He'll do what he's told, and they'll say, "Oh, thanks for making the playoffs," or "Thanks for barely making the playoffs." They're always going to be okay with what he's doing. At least year 1, he'll definitely be back.
All right.
It's baseball. They don't give a shit.
Whether the fans will like it or not, he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Well, sorry. I should have said fans understand how baseball works more than Roger wants to believe, and fans know that coaches get more than 1 year in baseball.
Well, baseball's hard, Ross.
Yeah, we're starting to understand that little by little.
Yeah, for me, I think the last season was so disappointing. To come off the playoffs and then just we finished 3rd, I think, in the Central, and it was constantly just underperforming. We had a lot of pitching injuries. I just think the apathy of the Guardians right now is so prominent that just no one cares. No one's excited. If the Guardians come out and just fall flat and just kind of trip their way throughout the season, I don't think anyone's going to really care that much about it. Maybe I'm wrong, but if they come out and they play above their expectations, which is nothing. I think the over-under is 78.5. So Vegas thinks we're going to be below 500. I definitely think we're going to be above 500. The pitching should be healthy, which will carry us. I think people get excited. If people get excited, they're gonna say we have a good manager. And plus, what I like about him Steven, is that he tends to he doesn't take things too serious. And I think they followed up Tito with a guy that kind of keeps it real. And I think the locker room will respect that. I think the fan base will kind of gravitate towards that. So I think he is the right guy for this team. We'll see, but I think we're going to be thumbs up on him going into year 2. So I'm chugging. Ed.
I am chugging. Steven Vogt will do such great things next year because I said they're going to win, the division, but also because he doesn't want to be named Steven, just like our coach Steven Stefanski, coach of the year. So we will have 2 coaches in Cleveland named Steven doing great things. I mean, because let's be real, Kevin got 1 coach of the year, but the reigning coach of the year is Steven Stefanski because they said it, and I believe everything the media says.
Are you really trying to slow down your voice? So
no, I didn't really. I was gonna say one line, but then I would be done. So I thought maybe if I talked slower, then I would have more time to talk.
Oh no!
I did chug. So I thought that was warranted at least a minute.
Nice. Okay.
But I can talk fast. If you want to keep talking fast, Andy, I'll talk fast. That's what you want.
Whatever you want to do, we love you as you are.
That's not fine.
All right, statement number 2, Crutch, we're going to start with you. Cavs have gone on quite the run, but I think maybe teams are beginning to take the Cavs a little more serious, and they're all seemingly giving our best effort. Philly plays very tough and sneaked out a win. Today, the Bulls plays very tough on the national stage. We did manage to win that game. So my statement is the Cavs will remain one of the hottest teams post All-Star break, kind of heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think I'm going to sip on that one. I mean, the basketball season is crazy. The regular season means absolutely nothing. Look at last year. The Lakers were 8th seed, and they made it to the championship. It really doesn't matter how hot you are in the regular season. So I'm going to sip.
All right.
Dang.
Ross.
I'm going to actually chug because I think we're figuring out our offensive identity that no one wants to admit is real, and I'm having trouble to admit. It's like Garland and Mobley aren't looking like these perennial all-stars like we were hoping, but it's actually benefiting the team. And Donovan Mitchell's passing the ball, and we look so much deeper now because of the way our team's built. Like our bench players and then the guys surrounding Donovan Mitchell just seem to all complement each other, and teams are like, oh crap, what do we do against this team now? Because like even though Mobley and Garland seem to be taking a step back, they're still scary as hell to play against. Like, you don't want to leave Garland open because he can dish the ball out. You don't want to leave Mobley open because he can dunk the ball. And then you also have Jared Allen and everyone else in the three-point shooting. Like, I feel like we have more depth all of a sudden because of the new rotations and stuff, and we've been sticking with it. It kind of was, I guess, a blessing that Garland and Mobley got hurt and we got to experiment with Mitchell being the guy. So we're just going to stick with it. Why not? He's here now. He's our guy. He's in his prime. Just go with it, and it's working, and I like the formula a lot.
Nice.
All right. Do you think they're better without Garland?
They're not better without him. I just don't think he's the focal point like he was before. Like he doesn't have to bring the ball up anymore because it was kind of a compromise or I guess a learning experience for Mitchell to say, I'm going to pass more. He actually is passing more. My complaint with Mitchell before was we need Garland to be the facilitator because Mitchell just kind of drives or nothing. It's like if he drives and there's a guy in his face, he would shoot it anyway. And now when he drives and someone's in his face, he kicks it out. And that's been a huge change. So it's weird. I think Mobley and Garland are still incredible. They're still all-star potential there. I mean, they were all-stars, or at least Garland was, but no, they're doing fine, and it's okay.
Yeah,
we got a guy in his prime. We paid a bunch of money and traded a shit ton for him. So yeah, use him.
All right. I tend to agree with Ross. Everything you said was great. I think the Cavs have a pretty easy schedule. I think they have so many ways to attack you. Everything's just kind of firing, and I expect that to continue. Not to mention the East, all the kind of top tier contention teams outside of the Celtics are kind of having some issues. The Knicks have been really struggling. 76ers are battered up. The Bucks. I mean, yeah, I think the Cavs have a really good chance, and if they get that 2 seed, I think that would be amazing. That's what I'm hoping for. I think they're going to do it. I'm going to chug. Ed,
I'm chugging. And a great show has different opinions, unlike some shows that you watch, and they all say the same thing, and it's stupid. But here's the thing: I'm going to agree with you, but give the audience, because that's how great I am, give the audience a different perspective on how the Cavs are going to do it. Look, they're going to say I'm chugging because I agree with Ross, I agree with Andy, I agree that they're going to continue. But how do you define that? Here's how I define it. They're not going to be 17 and 2 or whatever, 18 and 2, whatever, and whatever after the All-Star break. They don't need to be. As long as they win 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 consistently, because other teams are still going through. The Knicks have injuries right now. The Bucks have gone through some injuries. So, and the Cavs, like to Ross's point with Garland and Mobley, it is a blessing that they're not these superstars right now, because you can have some of them can come off the bench. Maybe one comes off the bench. They're spacing out their minutes. And you know what's great with this Cavs team is they can space out the minutes and have Mitchell play, and maybe he only plays 10 minutes or 12 minutes with Garland, but then he comes out for a breather, and then Garland comes in, and they still get their minutes, but they don't have to play together because with so many pieces and parts, it just comes down to how they play together. These injuries have been a blessing. It's going to help us move down the road. And in the playoffs, it's always about beating somebody 4 out of 7 times. And in regular season, you see them once, you move on to the next city. So the game planning. But when you play somebody, that's what we found out with the Knicks last year. Here's the difference. The Cavs can play 20 different ways this year. Last year against the Knicks, we had to out-rebound them, and we had to shoot better. That was our only way to get out of it. This year, I think that, if things break down, we have other players now. It's not just a system. We don't have to change the system. We have other players that can actually execute the system. And that's why I think the Cavaliers are very dangerous.
all right. Roger, finish this off.
Oh, man, you're talking about the Cavs getting to the how. Well, I think of the 2017 no, the 2015 Hawks, or was it the 17?
2015 Hawks that won like 60 games, and we swept them.
Yeah. Like ridiculous. They just beat everybody. No, I don't think anybody's going to take special notice of the Cavaliers. I think they're more worried about getting whether they're limping into or getting healthy or whatever they're dealing with in the regular season, more than the Cavs are coming to town. And let's pay attention to Jared Allen, who's going to get a double-double, and it doesn't even look like he's doing it. You know what I mean? It looks effortless right now because, like Ross said, they're sharing the basketball. 10 guys, man. He's got a 10-guy rotation, and they're all buying in. What I worry about with them the most is their stamina, and to continue to win, they have to continue to play their game, which a big part of is defense. And it's February, and we're talking about June, and to continue that level of defense, between now and the end of the season, going into the playoffs is what I think more challenging than the offense that they're playing, because they're sharing the ball. Everybody's getting a piece of the pie. So I think the defense, to continue to play at that pace and win at that pace, they have to continue to play the defense. And what's their motor like? We'll find out.
All right. Excellent answer, everyone. Let's move on to statement number 3. Ross, we're going to start with you. The Browns currently have 2 very highly paid tackles in Conklin and Wills, as well as a great-looking rookie in DeJuan Jones. So with this in mind, they need to move on from one of their highly paid guys or trade one of them, or they should bring all 3. I mean, I asked that a question, so sorry about that. You can figure it out, though. They will move on from one of those guys.
I think we kind of have to if someone's a willing buyer on that, and I don't know if anyone will be. Maybe for Wills more so than Conklin. Like, who the hell's dumb enough to take Conklin with all his injuries? Like, we're stuck with him regardless. So I would narrow this statement down to just should we get rid of Wills? I mean, need to trade Conklin, yes, if there's a suitor. That's where I would chug.
All right.
But it would definitely be a sip for Wills because I don't know what compensation we're going to get. And that strictly determines if we get something worthwhile for him because we do have potential alternatives for him. Maybe not that'll be as good, and we don't have Bill Callahan anymore, so we can't assume we're going to develop people anymore. So yeah, this is a tough one from the Will side. The Conklin one, we're stuck with him.
Yeah. Okay. I am thinking similarly to you, but I'm going to spin on this one. Because at the end of the day, like you said, no one's going to give anything for Conklin. And the problem is, Jesus. Conklin and DeJuan Jones are both right tackles. I don't know that we can move one of them to left tackle, but I don't really want to do that. I think Jedrick is like an average left tackle, which there's only so many average left tackles, so I don't really want to mess with him. I think you should stay in that spot for now until we bring in someone. And really, I just like the depth because we saw this season how shitty our running game got when you didn't have, we were down to like our fifth string tackles. It was pretty awful. I don't want to get back to that. So knowing DeJuan Jones is like such a big motherfucker that like I don't know that he can play a 17-game season at that weight.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an injury is probably going to happen at some point. It's just a matter of when. Hopefully they continue to work on his weight and figure that out, but I'm not convinced that's going to happen. So I just want to keep all three guys. Tackles so important in the NFL, especially if we want to be able to run the ball. We couldn't do that last year. I think that was one of our downfalls on offense. So I say you just go ahead and keep all three, even though it's shitty. Maybe you can restructure. I don't know. So I spit. Ed.
I am spitting as well. Here's why. The game of football is all about scoring a lot of points. The Browns have a number one defense. When you are talking about a team that literally got ravaged with injuries on every, I think I can say the word fucking position last year, you have to bring back the next year anybody on the offensive side, anybody, I don't care if you're the quarterback, the offensive line, or you have to bring back anybody that you feel is a veteran that knows the system because you're getting a new offensive line coach. Obviously, Callahan's gone. So you have to try to keep the continuity of the offense or try to get it better. That's why you brought in Dorsey. So, yeah, I'm definitely – and also to the point, nobody's going to take them. You can't get rid of them anyways, but that's why you don't need to. But let's be real. You need as many veteran bodies on this offense next year going into it because we don't know what Watson's going to be. We may be – and like I said, who knows? It could be backup or – I mean, that's what we do in Cleveland. We get injured. So I say anybody that's a veteran, I don't really care. You got to bring them back. You have to. You have to.
All right. Roger.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, whatever. No, Ed said it. We got a new offensive line coach. You guys covered everything. I'm spitting and chugging on it. And we need as many, what we had to fit in 6-string tackles playing. Yeah. And who's to say, why does everybody have to start? You know what I mean? If Conklin loses his job, well, you're the fucking next guy up. Be ready. You know, if we're paying him and he's here, why does he have to start? If he loses his job, well, you're on the bench, man. It's not, you know, you don't have to fucking trade him, right? All right, I'm getting sauced here. I'm on it anyway.
That's real. That's real.
Crutch.
Yeah, I'm gonna spit on that. I mean, really, Conklin that was his second year getting hurt in a row, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
And
Really
Wills
early,
is always
too.
hurt. I mean, really, I would say we need to add more to that.
Right.
Don't subtract. Hey.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
All three of the guys we're talking about ended the season on the IR.
Love it. Yeah. It's very true. All right. Well, we'll go to our final spit, sip, chug. I guess it's going to start with me. Las Vegas has the Cleveland Browns as the 17th team to win the Super Bowl next year as far as odds. So they think there's 16 teams that are more likely to win the Super Bowl next year than the Browns. This is a slap in the face given everything we accomplished this season. Oh my gosh. And I mean, look, I'm going to start this one. At the end of the day, like, I love everything the Browns accomplished, and I think the Browns are poised to have a very good year. But for Vegas to recognize that based on the fact that we have no idea what Deshaun Watson's going to be, we have no idea if Nick Chubb's going to be healthy. We made some changes on the offensive side of the staff. Is the offense going to be as good? Or are they going to take a step back? Who knows? Not to mention, Kevin Stefanski's had 2 good seasons in Cleveland where he won Coach of the Year. And then he's had 2 bad years in Cleveland where everyone thought he should be fired. What the fuck the Cleveland Browns are going to turn into next year, I understand the anxiety of trying to determine that and why a lot of people are betting on the negative. So I think it's very warranted that we're like in that 17 range. I mean, look, 14 teams make the playoffs. So Vegas is saying like we're just off. Not to mention the AFC is loaded with talent. So, and our division is loaded with talent. To get out of the AFC and make a deep playoff run to get to the Super Bowl, it's going to be way harder than all the NFC teams. So I think it's totally warranted. I'll bet the Browns because I'm an idiot, but it's a dumb bet is all I'm trying to say. And so I'm what am I doing? Am I spitting on that?
You said spit.
It's chugging.
You're spitting.
No, I'm spitting.
Yeah.
Ed.
I am actually sipping. My throat's a little parched. It's a little parched. Here's why. Because if you bring up the statement, Andy, can you pull up the statement again? And here's the reason why I'm actually sipping, not because my throat is because Vegas says the Browns to be okay. Is this a slap in the face? I'm sipping because, of course, it's a slap in the face to any irrational Browns fan out there. They're going to take it that way. And let's be real. How you feel is never the same as the neighbor next to you, the person next to you. Even if you're rooting for the same team, you root for the same team, but your levels, what you can tolerate, what you can handle when it comes to what people say about your team and how much of a fandom you are in. It's all about emotion. So, yes, I'm sipping because somebody is going to be irrationally upset about it and they think it's a slap to the face. I, like you, Andy, I agree with you. I agree that it's right kind of where they need to be at 17. And if people get offended, we don't know what Watson's going to be. We don't know who we're bringing back. We don't know who's going to be healthy. So it's perfectly legit. So that's where I'm at. But I had a sip. Throat was parched, and there's nuts out there, Andy. There's always on X. Go to X. You'll find them. Well, they'll find you.
I'm chugging.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
It's a slap in the face.
Put $10 on it.
I don't know who out there needs to hear this, but the Cleveland Browns have battled and they deserve more respect from Vegas. It's a slap in the face to Nick Barnes. It's a slap in the face to Good Morning Cleveland Browns family and Brownie Elf. It's a slap in the face to the Brownie Elf and all of Twitter and X, just pom-pom waving fans. It's a slap in the face to all of them. I'm chugging, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but the Cleveland Browns deserve more respect.
All right. Wow. Roger might have gotten accidentally drunk tonight. But, Crutch, what do you say on this?
I'm gonna sip. I think it's a bit of a slap in the face, but you guys are kind of right. There's a lot of questions about this team.
We've all said different things, like, so you can't say we are kind of right. Like, where do you think?
I was gonna chug, but then I listened to what you said. I mean, I think you specifically are right. Like, who knows what it's gonna happen? Watson.
Yeah. He didn't want to give me credit. That's why he didn't want to give me credit.
Who knows?
All right, Ed was
Isn't
right.
that why we watch sports? We have no idea what's going to happen.
Well,
he's saying I made a better argument than Ed does, so I appreciate it.
Well, you went first. He did go first. He went first.
Yeah, but I am going to sip because it is a little bit of a slap in the face. Like, like it's like, okay, I'm a little
like a mushroom stamp.
Yeah.
All right, Ross.
I'm gonna spit. I'm gonna sound like an old man, like my father-in-law or my dad, and be like, What they told me before we played the Texans, and I was like, I'm gonna be optimistic. Like Joe Flacco's amazing. We're doing great. He's like, both of them said, it's the Browns. Don't. They're not gonna win. They're just not gonna do it. You gotta stick with that. We just there's something going on with the Browns, and the fact that like even if we make the Super Bowl, we're not gonna win it. So Vegas knows they're just baiting us. They're saying, well, let's just rank the Browns as low as possible and see how many dumb bets we'll get. Because if we make the odds 17-1, we're ranked 17, it's probably more than that. Enough dumb Cleveland fans will bet on them, regardless of the odds. So crank them up. Let's get more wagers because people think they'll have bigger payouts, and it's just not going to happen. So I don't care if we're ranked second to win the Super Bowl, 17th. It's all the same to me because if you're not first, you're last.
Nice. That's very good. And I think the Browns are 35-1. So you win 35.
Wonder what they were under the Hugh Jackson years when we were 1-15, 0-6. Wonder what those
absurd.
were.
It was like
it was
30,000.
traditionally 75-1, 100-1.
Doesn't seem good enough.
Remember?
I know. I don't think that's good enough. I think they were that bad. It should have been at least 1,000-1.
Yeah. Well, 35-1. You're not.
Yeah.
You're supposed to not be able to get there, but who knows? We'll see what happens this year. It's gonna be a lot of fun being on the Dawg Chug as the off-season plays out. As the season plays out, I'm definitely gonna put a big bet on the Browns because I'm an idiot, but it is what it is. Anyway, we got through Spits of Chug. Everyone, thank you. That was awesome. This has been such a fun show. I want to let's go around to the three of us anyway. Ross, between Crutch and Ed, who do you think deserve to sit in the Ed chair permanently based on what you've seen tonight?
Well, just from a production value standpoint, because I am a producer after all, Crutch definitely upped his game. It seems like his lighting's better. Did you get a new laptop or camera or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I could tell. It's like he cares. Like Ed's been using the same crappy like iPhone 5.
No, I'm on a laptop.
Oh, you're on a laptop laptop. Okay. Well, anyways, the quality's just not there, and he doesn't seem to take it serious. He seems to take it for granted a little bit. He's kind of like mailing it in that he's going to get the fourth seat, and I don't appreciate that too much. You're here again, Ed. We love having you here, but you're jumping to conclusions a little bit. Crutch came prepared. He had good answers all night. He seemed very excited. He brought some personality. I could understand what he was saying all the time, not just half the time.
That's a plus.
He drinks alcohol, not caffeine. It's just there's a lot of pros.
Roger, where are you at on this debate?
Oh man, it's a tough call because Crutch got booze behind him. Got why he's got alcohol in the picture. Ed drinking Mountain Dew, nothing behind him. And then Ed, it's I'm hoping next week, like it's going to be the negative where everything you're wearing all black, like the black hat, black
like Ice Spice.
Because it's like every time I look at you, I'm like, oh, it's like kind of glow. You know what? I love Crutch did an awesome job. He's competent. He's
competent. Whoa.
Everything he said was intelligent, thought out, no rambling. But I gotta go with Ed because he writes my top 10.
I didn't even have to do it. I didn't even have to say that. Roger, we get each other. I love you, brother. I love you.
All right, I get to settle this one. I'm going to be the tiebreaker. I want everyone in the comments to weigh in, but right now, as far as
I will say this: MC Lawrence said a comment in here. I feel like Ross is not putting some of the positive ones. All my votes go to Ed. Yeah, so MC Lawrence had one, and all my votes go to Ed. So what's that all about, right there?
Well,
he's probably like he's not California. He doesn't get a bunch of electoral votes.
Well,
so.
I'm just saying you're asking for interaction, Andy, and I'm pointing out there it is right there. What is that? What does that look like to you?
Well, I'll tell you what. Crutch pays reality television podcasts for the honor to watch them, I guess. MC Lawrence is getting paid by you to.
I am not, but there's no anything like that.
I'm going to call the IRS and I'm going to call bullshit on that. I guarantee there's some kind of payment that's
something going on.
Anyway, I get to break the tie from the three of us, and I'm excited to do it. And look, you guys both did awesome tonight.
I agree. Crutch, you were great tonight. You were great.
The thing is, you know, I know Crutch doesn't want to be here.
Right.
That moves the needle for me. That anyone would want to be on this dumb show moves the needle. So I'm going Ed in Columbus.
Right.
Oh, in Crutch, I want to say this too. You know, I knew you were a formidable opponent, but I'll be honest, Ross, you were dead right. Last time you were on, we couldn't. You couldn't see you. We couldn't hear you. I mean, you really did step it up with your game, and so yeah, Ross. I knew you weren't going to give me the vote anyways, but you never do. Ross will never ever. He's like the French.
You know what I can do.
You're the French.
You know that this is just the power of the producer. He underestimates it all the time. He starts attacking me, threatens me, undermines me. He's yelling
There you
back
go,
there.
look.
No, there are no
that.
threats. There are no threats. I'm just saying he's the French judge in the Olympics. I will never count on you. You will always go against us. You'll give
Or
it
you do this. See, Mir's Mike.
I prefer just taking him off the screen, honestly, but you know.
It's so
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you for the opportunity, Andy and Ross and Roger.
All right. Well, this has been an exciting Dawg Chug. We got like three more Dawg Chugs until the free agency heats up, which will be exciting. We're gonna have some fun until then, so I hope you all stick with us. Thank you, Ross, Roger, and our temporarily fourth seat Ed and Crutch. Thank you so much for coming on, for taking a break, for listening to your reality TV show podcast. What podcast did you miss to give an hour to us tonight?
Well, I had to wait and postpone watching the challenge season 39. So I'm going to get right into that as soon as this is over. I mean,
Right, anyone out there
Backlog.
wants to date Crutch and is into watching season 39 of the challenge.
Yeah.
he's in Columbus, he's ready to hang out as long as you don't talk through it, right?
I just gotta say my heart is a little broken right now. I feel like I had a shot tonight and you took it away. Like,
If you want the seat, it's yours.
it's not the seat. I just
Jeez,
want to
Andy,
be able to
that seems kind of like, you know,
with Kelly.
it's supposed to make me believe I have a chance.
It's just a short drive across the city.
Can you let Crutch know that it doesn't matter how good or poor he does on the Dawg Chug? She really just wants any other outlet than you. And she will be reaching out with the digits soon. I mean, just let him.
He's a nice guy. And look, she loves reality TV too. That's great.
Oh, there we go. All right.
What's her favorite reality TV show, Ed?
Well, right now we're so into like Vanderpump Rules, Southern Charm, with a lot of the Bravo shows. But she does love Big Brother. Anything that you're kind of into. I mean, she should. Yeah.
Crutch, what's your favorite reality television show?
She loves the
hands
challenge.
down. It's Big Brother without it. I mean,
Okay, okay.
I've never watched a reality television show ever. Not once.
Roger, we do a reality television show every week on this dumb hour, so don't worry about that.
Well,
Did you
outside
watch
Dawg
Hard
Chug, I
Knocks?
never watched.
Anyway, all right. With that, this is another amazing episode of the Dawg Chug. So I guess Chug got him, and go Browns.
Go Browns!
Browns.
Go Guards.